It's been a long, cold winter here in Cambridge, but tonight the snow has started to melt and we are outside as ESPN brings you coverage of women's lacrosse, 9th-ranked Stanford and Harvard in a non-conference matchup here in Cambridge.
But I think they need to work the ball around more, start out far like this when we see the Stanford defense collapsing, but I think more movement, just more movement with the ball, draw those double teams.
Audrey Todd puts it home. They got a piece of the car and trickled home. Here's Shane attacking again. Nice weave to the inside, and she scores. Little stutter step from the freshman. How about on this end of the field where Harvard has not scored in the game's last 18 minutes? What can they do to get things going?
I think they can try to be, well, there's a great shot right there, wide open.
Now there's your answer. Feed the crease. Romeo the pass, and the finish for Julia Glynn. 9th goal of the year for the freshman from Manhasset, New York, who caught it right in front. Here's Audrey Todd to the offensive end. Steps around to check. Numbers for Harvard momentarily, even the Crimson struggle as Romeo had to go back down and pick up the ground ball. Here's a cut for McMahon, and she scores! We're tied!
Yeah, Romeo had two defenders on her. One of the best players in the league is going to get that. She's going to get that attention, and so her teammates are going to be wide open.
Final 4 seconds of the half. Stanford with one heave-ho forward. Husick right at the buzzer, and a huge save! Kelly Weiss keeps it tied at the end of the half. The invert Marissa Romeo over the past couple of possessions. It's led to 2 assists for Romeo, who works her way in front, lays it off for McMahon, and Harvard scores again.
Romeo, this is her position right now. She's the assist man.
Harvard 3-3 on the year. All 3 losses to ranked teams, looking for their first win against a ranked team. Number 9 Stanford in town. Harvard's moving the ball very well, right to the doorstep. Another goal for Glynn. The hat trick for the freshman.
Yeah, the freshman is on fire tonight.
Head here at the Soldiers Field Lacrosse Stadium as Eliza Guyob is pressured well away from the goal. That's been a trademark for Stanford all game long. The defense has followed Harvard really wherever they've gone. Romeo to the doorstep. In front, she scores!
We need the game on one more continent to be able to have women's lacrosse as an Olympic game.
World Championships are always great competition as here's DQ knotting things up. Drove through contact and scored.
Marking the Cardinal offender who's in the middle of the fan.
In the center, a score! Yeah. Alexander Crayrid gives Stanford a 2-goal lead. Stanford improves to 5-1 on the year. They should remain somewhere right around the top 10 when the poll comes out next week. Harvard falls to 3-4 and now full scale ahead in Ivy League play as the Crimson will look to try and string together some Ivy wins against Dartmouth and Brown coming up. Dartmouth 4 p.m. on Wednesday on the Ivy League Digital Network. That's next for Harvard. So for my partner Eliza Helmo, it's Bill Spalding saying so long from the Soldiers Field Lacrosse Stadium in Cambridge. Final score is Stanford 15, Harvard 10.